Hello, I am Chris and welcome to Zinematic Gaming. You know the deal by now, we talk about single-player RPGs regularly. Today I want to talk about the top 5 features I am excited to see in Avowed, Obsidian's next big RPG. We've seen a significant amount of details on the game by now, specifically the recent showcase at Gamescom 2024. So I am basing this video on those reveals. However, the game is slated to release in February next year, so we might get to see even more features revealed that get us even more excited. That being said, let's start the video with the first feature I'm excited for. The living, breathing world of EORA itself. We've already explored the Eastern March, Drywood, and the Deadfire Archipelago in Pillars of Eternity games. And this time we'll be exploring a brand new part of EORA, specifically the Living Lands, where Avowed takes place. The world building in Pillars of Eternity games was top-notch, something Obsidian is rightfully famous for. Since Pillars games were isometric, I can't wait to experience that again, but from a new point of view. Avowed is not the first time we are seeing a plague taking center stage in the world of EORA. We also investigated the Hollowborn curse in the first Pillars game. To do that, our party had to travel many lands in order to find the next clue. And I am excited to go on this plague investigation again and explore the new yet familiar world from a third-person perspective, or first-person perspective. Places like Drywood, Defiance Bay, Nekataka were so beautiful. Exploration was a major part of those games. The quests demanded that. Every city, village, or ruin you encountered had a distinct vibe, like the first time you enter Drywood. You see the tree. Immediately, you get the idea that something bad is going on here. And I am sure the verticality we have seen in the gameplay showcase will add a new depth and beauty to the game world as well. I can't wait to discover what new locations, cities, villages, even ruins wait for us in Avowed. The world isn't just a beautiful backdrop in any Pillars of Eternity game. It's an active, lore-rich, living entity that reacts to your choices. So it makes me excited to think about how they are going to transfer that over to Avowed. On to the next feature I'm excited for. Obsidian has teased that not all players will discover every secret tucked away in this rich world. That means every exploration could lead to something completely unique. So if you are loot hoarders, like me, you will take that as a challenge and search every corner of the map. It will also be important to see how rewarding the exploration will be. Next, let's talk about the combat. Obsidian is offering a flexible combat system that blends swordplay, magic, and even throwable grenades and stuff. Imagine being a gunslinging mage, dual-wielding wands to unleash devastating spells, while also wielding a sword for up-close combat and throwing grenades. I love the emphasis on player freedom, as you can tailor your combat style to suit your adventure any way you like. From a stealthy approach to a magical onslaught, or just traditional sword and shield if you were like me. The magic spells were so good looking in Pillars of Eternity, I can't wait to see them in combat from this perspective. The showcase showed us a gameplay experience that adapts to your style. The best part is combat is still evolving based on community feedback, so we can probably expect even more polish and refinement by the time the game launches. I forgot to mention there's both first-person and third-person available like Skyrim, but I will probably stick to first-person in combat, leave the third-person for exploration. Moving on. Obsidian is known for its storytelling, and Avowed promises the same. You'll be navigating the political and mystical intrigue of the Living Lands, dealing with the soul plague known as the Dream Scourge, but you won't be alone on this journey. Avowed features a host of companions, each with their own backstories, motivations, personalities, quests. The devs have told us that companions will influence our decisions and shape our story just like any Pillars game. But don't expect romance. That's not a thing here. Which is good in my opinion. Platonic relationships will do just fine. Next feature, the Gods of EORA. You spend half your time talking to the gods or talking about them in Pillars of Eternity. The gods play an active role in the world. As we saw in the gameplay showcase, there was a godlike of Eothas. And that's a whole nother video. Anyway, Pillars of Eternity was a CRPG series, and you can spend an hour arguing philosophy with gods in those games. But Avowed, for the lack of a better word, more mainstream. So it will be interesting to see how they handle this aspect of the game. Finally, the scope of the game. Obsidian has clarified that Avowed won't have a massive open world like Skyrim, and that's a good thing. It's designed with interconnected open zones. I think that allows for the game to be more narrative-driven all the time, instead of a big open world where you can ignore the quests and go around planting potatoes. I don't think every adventure game needs a huge open world to be exploration-worthy. A well-crafted small world can deliver better stories, hidden lore, and world-building. Every location of the map can tell a story of the plague with environmental design instead of having places that look not affected at all. Overall, I am very excited for Avowed for all these reasons. Which reasons are you most excited about? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe.